taking a quick break here. I just found a spot to set up camp. The last 3 weekends I have been trying to camp, but I just haven't been able to because we've gotten so much snow here in Michigan recently, and every time I try, I end up getting stuck somewhere in the snow. So I hiked in on the North Country Trail, but I left my snowshoes in the car because the trail was really compact because of all the cross-country skiers that we get this way. But I spent the last hour roughly trekking around the lake and looking for a good spot to camp, and I ended up finally finding one that seems a little bit sheltered from all this wind that we're getting. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my tent set up. A lot of people have commented on my last tent and said that a canvas tent would be a lot warmer. So I got this canvas tent. The reason I haven't used a canvas tent before is simple. They're heavy. I have set the tent up once just to make sure that I had all the pieces and everything. So I've not camped in it, but I did set it up before. First thing I'm doing is taking out my sleeping bags and giving them some time to fluff up because they've been in my stuff sack since last weekend when I tried to camp, which you're really not supposed to do. It can ruin your sleeping bags, but I just want to give them as much time as possible to let the down reactivate again. Okay, so the tent is all set up now. I've got my stove set up and my bed and everything. So I couldn't find my other guy outlines, so I just used the bungee cord I used to hold my gear in my sled. And that seemed to work perfectly, actually. Okay, so it's about 8:30 and I'm just finally finishing up all my camp chores. It's crazy because I got here at like 9:45, almost 10. It's almost a 4-hour drive from me. So yeah, it took me that long to hike in, find a campsite, get all set up, and be where I am now. And I'm starving. I will say that this canvas tent is way warmer than my other tent. Also, it is just a smaller tent, like it's way smaller in here, which I don't mind. Like actually the size of the tent is perfect. It's just this hole right here in the middle of it that's annoying, but yeah. So for dinner I'm gonna make Cajun corn chowder and shrimp. Seriously, I'm gonna stop talking because I really want to get to cooking dinner. We've got red peppers and shallots cooking in some butter. And now I'm going to add some garlic. So normally I do this with a larger knife. Yeah, it doesn't doesn't work as well with this little guy. Okay, so I'm gonna add some flour. That's gonna thicken the soup. I'm gonna let the flour cook for just a little bit. So I just poured some chicken broth in here. I also added the corn. I'm gonna add the Cajun seasoning. I actually got this small zester at Dollar Tree. Ah! Okay, season the shrimp with some of the Cajun and it looks like it's about done. This is hands down my favorite soup. So good. Oh shoot. I'm literally just realizing that I forgot to put the potatoes in here. Oh my gosh. So I decided to just cook the potatoes in the shrimp juice. I just added a little bit of water to it. So I guess this really isn't a Cajun soup. I just use Cajun seasoning. I don't actually know what it is, if I'm being honest. Like some type of fusion of like Cajun and Spanish, maybe? I don't know. It's good though. Okay, so it's about midnight now. I'm beat, so, and I'm stuffed. I think I ate too much soup, so I'm about to go to bed. See you in the morning. Just woke up. I slept pretty well last night. It got really warm in this tent, and actually even when the fire went out, it stayed really warm. So anyway, I'm just getting the fire going again, and I'm gonna make some coffee. And the first thing I want to do today is get out and attempt this ice fishing thing. This compressed hardwood is so nice. It really helps extend your firewood. It doesn't really burn on its own. You have to still find your own firewood, but at least I didn't have to find as much. That, along with some fat wood to get the fire going easily when it goes out, is super helpful to keep the stove going all night. It's supposed to be like this. So I think when the hole is super slushy like this, it means the ice is not good. I'm not 100% sure, it could not mean that, but since I'm new to this and I don't know, it's probably best that I revisit this another time. Back at the tent and just trying to convince myself that I made the right decision and not continuing to try and ice fish. I think I did, because I'm really not sure about all that slush. It could be fine, I don't know, but I'm by myself, and since I don't know, I just don't want to fall through the ice. Anyway, I think the most annoying thing is just hauling in all that heavy ice fishing gear. I feel like this channel is full of sad fishing attempts, but one day it's not going to be like that. Anyway, nothing to put me in a better mood like food. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some dishes and then make breakfast. A little salt and pepper. So that's all done. So now I'm gonna make the biscuits, and this is just some flour, baking powder, salt, sugar. I can't remember everything, but I'll list it. Breaking the butter up and with the flour until it gets all like crumbly. And the last ingredient for the biscuits is buttermilk. It's basically a really shabby dough now. Okay, so this might not be the best method for a hot tent. It just got super smoky in here. Works really well over a campfire though. Okay, so this method doesn't work quite as well on a hot tent stove as it does over a campfire. The method where you use coals to put on top of the pot so that it's almost like a stove, it works really well over a fire, but it didn't work as well today over the hot tent stove. Biscuits are a little doughy. And I got some ash on them. Still tastes really good though. I wouldn't do this in the hot tent again, but still came out really good. There's a local YouTube channel called Pedals, Packs, and Paddles, and he recommended I come here. Actually, I get a lot of ideas on where to go in Michigan from him, but I came this summer. When I came, there was actually some pretty noisy campers, so I didn't end up filming or making a video out of that trip, but there is some pretty noisy campers next to me playing like techno music all night. And then when I left in the morning, the people that were here, they actually left their fire burning with a giant box in it. Kind of interesting that they brought a box out here. It's weird. Suppose I should carry this box out too. So that was crazy also. But anyway, I thought it would be a cool place to come back to in the wintertime, and it is. It's still a really pretty lake. Yeah. Anyhow, I'm gonna finish eating and then get all packed up so I can head out. So the trailhead is up ahead, wrapping it up here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.